Good morning. Today we're going to talk about rotations. A rotation is a transformation in which every point in a preimage turns or rotates around a point of rotation by the same number of degrees. So the whole figure rotates around that point of rotation. The point of rotation could be on or off of the figure. All right, so here we're going to go over the investigation. So I would like you to complete it on your own and then check back with the video. So we have x, y, arrow, y, negative x. So the y coordinate goes first, and then we take the opposite of the x. Y coordinate first, opposite of the x. So then 0, -2. So let's plot those points. 2, 3 is A prime. -2, -1 is B prime. And then 0, -2 is C prime. And then we connect those with a ruler, of course. And then we figure out what kind of rotation is that. And one way you could do that, let's see if I could do that on here, I'm not sure, is connect each vertex to the center point. So here I've connected C to the origin and then C prime to the origin. So what angle of rotation is that? So it goes from C to C prime. Oh, that's 90 degrees. And you could do the same thing with like A prime and A, and then you'll see, oh yeah, that's also 90 degrees clockwise. So we would say that this is 90 degrees clockwise. So this mapping will work for any figure, a single point. Every single point on the figure, even the points that aren't vertices, if you follow this mapping, will rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So now we'll go over to number 2. Same preimage. Let's change it to -yx. So -yx, -yx, -yx. So let's plot those points. -2, -3, 2, 1, and then 0, 2. So here, we could do the same thing to see how far or what angle it rotated. So let me change the color. Okay, so let's look at point C to C prime. So you connect to the point of rotation. Oh yeah, that's 90 degrees. So all of these are multiples of 90 degrees. And then this time it's counterclockwise. I don't know if I expect you to read that or not. Counterclockwise. Now, if you go 90 degrees counterclockwise, that's the same as 270 clockwise. So if we go back to the previous, it was 90 degrees clockwise, so that's 270 counterclockwise. Okay, so that's this mapping notation. So you're going to have to find a way to remember these. For right now, our tests are open notes, so that's probably to your advantage. But you would be asked, given a figure, rotate it yourself. So what you would do is plug in each ordered pair to the mapping notation and then perform the rotation. So number 3, -x, -y. So we have 3, negative 2. So we're not flipping the x and the y this time. Negative 1, 2, and then negative 2, 0. Let's graph those points. 3, negative 2, negative 1, 2, and negative 2, 0. Connect. So this one is actually 180 degrees. You could call it clockwise or counterclockwise. So here you could see point C started here. Let me change the color. So C started here, so then it wound up on the other side of the origin. B started here, and then connect to the origin. Oh, it goes straight across. So since it's straight across, it's 180 degrees. Sometimes this is called a reflection over the origin, which means every point is on the opposite side of the origin, the same distance away. But it's a 180 degree rotation, and that's what we'll call it. So let's summarize. Oops, these are supposed to be arrows. So let's summarize all of the mapping notations from this section. So XY, arrow, negative XY. Now, if you ever forget, make up an ordered pair, plug it in for X and Y, and then do the mapping and see where it ends up, and that might help you remember. So this one, the Y's stay the same, but the X's become opposite. That means it's a reflection over the Y-axis. And then the next one, the Y becomes negative, but the X's stay the same, so that's a reflection over the X-axis. And then the next one, the X and Y flip, flip, that is Y equals X. That one's going to be important in Algebra 2. And then the next one was Y equals negative X reflections. These are both reflections. And then we have XY arrow, negative YX. So that was the one we just did today. That was 90 degrees. And that one is counterclockwise. Okay. And then Y negative X is 90 degrees clockwise. And then the last one's 180 degrees. So you could use this as kind of a little cheat sheet while you're doing the homework. So if I give you an ordered pair, like, I don't know, let's see, 3, 4, and I say reflect that over Y equals X, then you would know, oh, that's 4, 3. But if I said reflect or rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, you would use the 90 degree clockwise rotation mapping, and you would get 4, negative 3. And then you can always check it on graph paper. Okay, so your homework is to complete the Delta Math Rotations assignment, and there's 2 of them in there for you to do. And as long as you get at least a 75 as a grade, you'll get credit on these Delta Math assignments. As always, email me if you have any questions, and have a great day.